if I want to take you out, I'm not going to go for the strongest wolf. Mm-hmm. They always go for the weakest person. I'm not going to say, let's attack the big dude with the red shirt. We're going to get his kids and his wife. It has nothing, and that's why I have problems now. My mother's house got robbed, and they took all of my stuff. They took the shoes that they broke into the house with and put on my shoes and walked out the house. 100 turned to 200, 200 turned to 300, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 1,000, 1,000, 1,600, 1,700. The most I've ever been paid for personal training was $12,000 in 1 month. I ended up actually getting alopecia.
All right, welcome back to Soul-Centered Wellness, my new podcast. My name is Alejandro Santillan, and today we have my boy, Alfred, the trainer, who is one of our trainers here at Impact Fitness. Today we are going to talk about health and wellness. We're going to talk about his value system. But Alfred, the trainer, has 2 gyms, I believe. He's been doing this 10 plus years. And he's also like a father figure to me.
Brother. More like a brother.
Talking about daddy issues, right? Which goes back to attachment styles. That's one of the things we talked about. So let's talk about that, like attachment styles. What do you think about it? And I would like to know about, your love life and how does attachment styles work?
Okay. So just for the viewers, can you break down the definition of like attachment styles?
So there are different attachment styles. For instance, there's the affirmations, right? Okay. So it can be you giving to somebody or you receiving it, right? It can also be quality time. It can also be touch. Okay. Gifts, that's another one. Okay. For the people that want to get to know you a little bit more, what brings life to you when it comes to attachment styles? Okay.
So for males or females, I feel like my love language would be acts of servitude. The reason for, out of 5 love languages, I would say touch is one thing. So first I would say acts of servitude, touch, quality time would be number 3. Words of affirmation would be last, and then whatever the other one is. Definitely acts of servitude and touch and quality time for all 3 parties. As long as I feel like in a relationship, business, or personal, acts of service is the only way that it is measurable. How can you measure something without it being? I can measure time because you get paid based on time. I can measure time because I can start out at 4 years old, and now I'm 8, and I'm 18, now I'm 80. I can measure that. With anything else, I can tell you kind words, but if my acts don't follow that, I don't feel like they're valid. For males or females, that's, if you really want to get to know Alfred, acts of service. I mean, that's the only way you're going to get my attention, I promise.
And without that, there's no attention.
There's no point. I'm just not interested. Life is short. We all know that. I've played football, college level, ran track, college. I did a lot of stuff. I've done a lot of things, great things. And words are one thing, but actions speak louder than words. No matter what anybody tells me, show me. We're from Texas, the show me state. You gotta show me. So that's how you'll get to know me for sure.
Is that how your girl won you over?
Actually, opposite.
Yeah?
She didn't do anything. Everybody around me, shoes, clothes, hats, whatever, belts, expensive gifts. She approached me and she said, I don't buy guys that I don't date gifts. And I told her, and she'll tell you, oh, well, you want me talking to me? I went on about my business. Yeah. So you want me talking to me? And then she's like, why? The first thing I feel like there's a stereotype or this jaded principle that a man has to court a woman. So that's already established. You have to take me on a date. You have to buy my food. You have to pick me up. You have to do this. Okay, so after I do that and I don't like you, I'm $500 in the hole. But Katrina took me out on a date, washed my clothes. I didn't ask her to do anything. She did that because she wanted to. So I measured and said, I'm going to go with Katrina, not with Kelly. I'm $500. My clothes are washed.
Oh, man.
Yeah, honestly, hey, it's the truth.
Damn, man.
That's crazy, right?
Do they know about each other?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
That was a good one.
Yeah, but so you're saying that this relationship do you think that this has helped through your own business, having a support system like your girl?
Yeah. My girl could be one thing, but I try to keep business and personal separate. She can help on the back end, but on the front end, you need to be able to operate at your capacity. Sometimes, depending on culture, religion, status, that could be a form of weakness.
Right.
Yeah.
Depending
on who you're talking to. Or being single could be a form of weakness. Ideally, I know it works for me. If I want to take you out, I'm not going to go for the strongest wolf. They always go for the weakest person. So if it's a male and a female, I'm not going to say, let's attack the big dude with the red shirt. We're going to get his kids and his wife. It's something that you would definitely want to talk about with your significant other, but yet and still, when it comes to business, you stay over here, I'm going to handle this. Right. I'm still going to consult you on whatever I'm doing. I'll tag you in when you're needed. But at the end of the day, I'm still the man. Emotionally, it's never really at home. It's normally the business and the individuals who help you run that business, because you're working more than you are at home. So the company you keep in the company is really your support system. We can use Mr. Peterson, for example, right? Patterson or Peterson?
Jeff Pearson.
Pearson. Sorry, Jeff. So we can use that for example. Yeah. If Jeff didn't have a good team,
well, this wouldn't be open.
Bingo.
Yeah.
You gotta have a good team.
And if you don't have it, and it's like we're the foundation. We're the ones that keep the business alive.
Right. So what with the way that you guys keep the business alive, is it kind words like thanks for keeping the doors open? No. Acts of service. You perform something and you get rewarded. You perform something and you get rewarded. Otherwise, it's volunteer. You're a volunteer at this point. Yeah.
Actually, that brings up something because I work at a different gym too.
Okay.
At F45.
Yeah.
Like for instance, yesterday I went over there and then I didn't have to work, but I went and coached a little bit. And I said, well, I'm not doing anything. I'm waiting for this session to end so I can do my own thing there.
Right.
And I said, I'm gonna go ahead and just serve, help out, because this is what I love to do.
Right.
And that's one of the things that we can even talk about is career-wise, do you really enjoy what you're doing? Does it fulfill you?
To answer the question, career-wise, if I were doing anything else, I promise I wouldn't be fulfilled. It'd have to be this or be a doctor. It's something about working with people at their highest or their lowest. Regardless of where you meet them at, when you can take somebody who walks in the door with their head down and they leave with just an inch of hope, that's life-changing. And the saying goes, you can do 1,000 things for somebody, but they always remember how you treat them. I can give you money all the time, but then I say you're ugly. Man, you're so ugly. Man, you're so ugly. The only thing you're going to remember, he gave me money, but every time he gave me money, bro, he always told me I was ugly and I was stupid.
Damn,
it has nothing, and that's why I have problems now.
Yeah.
As a businessman and a father and a significant other, when it comes to that role, because at home, you're a father and a husband. At work, you're the leader and a supporter and a provider. At your own time, you're still Alejandro and I'm still Alfred. You have to be three things at one time, all the time. You're a trainer to somebody, you're their therapist, you're their chiropractor, the list goes on. If I was just one way, yes, I can alter that, but we're here to serve. My purpose, I've tried to go other places, but I feel empty, I don't feel rewarded. Damn. So it always have to be like me interacting with people or helping people in some shape, form, or fashion.
Dude, I see myself in you because like I get opportunities
Yeah.
to make money someplace else.
Yeah.
Like money.
Yeah. I believe you.
And I had to say, I'm good
Yeah.
because this doesn't fulfill me.
Yeah.
I'm not happy because I've been through that route already.
Yeah.
And I already know how it feels. It's not a good place to be.
Yeah.
I was depressed. I was overweight.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you, but I actually weighed 200 pounds.
No, I did. Crystal
200
told
pounds.
me.
200
She
pounds.
said you wouldn't even reckon. I said, when?
Yeah.
You would have never guessed.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations. Oh, how you look now?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's one thing I would like to know about you.
Yeah.
Have you ever been into that depressed state?
I've probably been depressed twice in my life. Maybe 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
First time when I got out of college, my mother's house got robbed and they took all of my stuff. My Letterman jacket, my necklace, shoes, clothes. And at the time, just for anybody who wants to know, I had 8 siblings. We didn't grow up with a lot of money. When I came home, I went to University of Miami, so it was plenty of money. Like I was like a celebrity, right? I get home, I had stuff for my sisters, my brothers, everybody, my mom.
Mm-hmm.
2 days later, somebody breaks in. Now, of course, we've been living in this neighborhood for a while, so we was like, who would break into our house? It's 8 kids. And my brothers are all tall. I'm the shortest one. My brothers are tall.
Yeah,
So I'm like, they break into our house, take our stuff. So clearly it's somebody we knew. They took the shoes that they broke into the house with and put on my shoes and walked out the house.
Oh, that's cold.
I said,
that's cold,
what?
dude. That is so cold, man.
They had trash bags on their tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Like just planned. So I said, okay.
Damn.
That happens, right?
Yeah.
I'm sitting there. I had a panic attack. I just didn't know what a panic attack was.
Right.
I ended up collapsing in the middle of the street. I called my best friend and he was like, they took everything, Alfred, they took everything. And at that moment, I knew, I said, if somebody would take what I thought was valuable, I'll get it again, right?
Right.
But I had a panic attack first. Then I said, okay, I had to lift myself up. And I said, okay, I'll get it again. Of course, things started to progress. Started making money, moved to the Woodlands, worked for a pharmaceutical company, created a new branch of the company. It generated 1.6 million its first year of business, and we only had 3 contracts. It's good money, especially back in 2012, 13, maybe. So did that. That was fun. It was a type of service. I was making money, but it still didn't satisfy me. I go and me and the mother of my children, we end up separating. A buddy of mine was like, hey, bro, you need a roommate. He's like, man, I'm looking for a roommate. I was like, hey, bro, I got another room. You can stay at my spot. So he moves in. The gentleman happens to work at Bally's. And that's how I became, I never wanted to be a personal trainer or a physical therapist.
Really?
Never had that. Nothing made me. After I was training for free, really. I'll just test it out. I know I trained me, but I was like, I didn't have the same drive. So I had 12 clients, and I charged them $100 a month. My bills were $1,200. I'm gonna train 12 people for $100 because nobody's gonna say no to that.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. I already had money saved, so it wasn't really about the money. So start doing that, and after that, just start. 100 turned to 200, 200 turned to 300, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500, 1,600, 1,700. The most I've ever been paid for personal training was $12,000 in 1 month.
Jeez.
Starting from $100.
Jeez, dude.
$12,000. Yeah. I came home, bro. I said, man, acting like I had a whole different swag.
You know how many supplements I can buy now?
It's go time. So for me, for a man, when you create something, when you create it, just like somebody comes to you broken, overweight, depressed, or whatever, and you help navigate them through that, priceless. That's priceless, man. As long as they live, they'll never forget you. Never. You didn't buy them anything. You didn't take them out. You didn't date them. You helped them with something that they didn't even know they needed. That's love to me. That's real love. You know, helping your fellow man. That's love. So to circle back to your question, you asked, have I ever suffered from depression?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So 3 times. First time, we were robbed. Second time, it was when I had my 4th daughter. Okay, because I was like, Lord, take me. So,
Damn.
right, the 4th one. So the reason it was the last one, because the gap is so huge between my 3rd and my 4th. So it was a mild depression. So that was like light depression. The first one was a panic attack. Second one, mild depression. The last one, I believe it had to do more with age. And when you get to a certain point, you feel like I understand this. I can navigate it and manage it the way, because I've done it 8 times already. And when that doesn't work, it kind of messes with you. And you start second guessing your first thoughts. You start leaving individuals in charge, really just loyalty. And sometimes it's counterintuitive of the vision I was given. The hard lesson I had to learn, and this is really what kind of strangled me, giving somebody else is your vision. Your vision is yours. You're the only one that can cultivate that. That's a challenge. You have a project that you're working on personally. You can't give me and say, Alfred, got it? Take it. I don't know what you want. Even if you try to delegate and give an example, it's your vision. I don't know what, so you constantly have to do that. I felt like I failed in that position. Because I'm like, oh, you know me. You've been around me for years. You know how I talk. So I felt like I failed myself and I failed my team. That's what it hit me like a punch from Mike Tyson.
Damn.
It hit me hard. So I ended up actually getting alopecia. Yeah, it only in my beard. I had a big hole in my beard. And at first I was taking a test, so I thought I had just kind of like scratched it or something. And it was like, it never grew back for like 6 months. Being the oldest, you're kind of used to stress, but that was the first time I couldn't like bounce back. It was the weirdest thing. I kept moving, but the confidence, that fire that I normally have wasn't there. It was challenging. For me, that was the first time I felt like I lost in my entire life. I lost that fight for real. That was the first time I lost. When you lose for the first time, you would think that you want people to come and coddle you and hold you and say it's going to be okay. But when you've won for so many years, you've created something, and then you just see it fall apart because you left it in somebody else's hands. Who do you blame? You give me the keys to your car, right? You give me the keys to your vehicle, your project, and I wreck it. You invested, you created, you developed it. It took me 15 minutes to destroy what you've created. It took you 10 years to make. And then what can I say to you? I'm so sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Okay, don't tell me you're sorry. Help me fix it. Words don't change. It's not going to change what happened. But what can change happen if you assist me. Now I know you really are apologetic. Now I really know, okay, this was an L. Now I know you really care about me. Going back to words of affirmation, acts of service. Because everybody will help you when things are going good. But when that left turn comes and you start veering down that dark path, when they really care about you, bro, they always going to have their hand out. If you're up here or down here, that's a partner. That's a friend that you can't buy.
And there's not a lot of them.
They don't exist.
Who's gonna go there and help you out? It's funny because my parents told me this in the past. They're like, if you go to jail, Alejandro, if you get in a wreck, who do you call?
Yeah.
Who do you call?
Yeah.
The first person you call is your parents.
Yep.
Parents always answer the phone call.
I'm already invested.
Yeah.
You're my child. If you call me at some random time, I know it. If your boss calls you, I'm sleeping. I'm off.
Related stuff. No, thank you.
I'm off the clock.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, the connection between you and your loved ones it's difficult to sever, you know. Especially if they really do love you, it's difficult to sever.
Would you say that what you had to go through created some type of trauma in you?
Absolutely. I would never do it again. I would never give the keys to anybody else unless I train you. And you have to have that it factor just like a significant other. There has to be something that'll make you say, yeah, I'm going to put a ring on you. Not only are you marrying the individual, but they're acquiring your last name. The things that you've endured with your last name, she's never going to experience that. She wasn't on chapter 1. She's met you on chapter 20. This is when everything gets good. Now you're a millionaire, you have whatever, and she's like, oh my God, I miss this so-and-so. You're like, nah, baby, you're going to have to earn this last name. That's how I am. I feel like the culture feels like, okay, I'm married. But when you're married, that person takes on your burdens and you take on theirs. Do you want to carry that? I mean, be evenly yoked. Start off evenly yoked first. Or shoot for the stars and you catch up. That's how I look at it.
So I know we're talking about relationships and something came up that deals with values. Are there any clashes when it comes to values? And how do you navigate that?
So when it comes to values, if I'm walking to your house, you already have laws in your house. Say, hey, when you come to my house, you can't wear shoes. And I come to your house and I'm still wearing my shoes. After you told me, those are your values. If a person can't respect your values, there's no way we can even do business. You don't even respect my values. Honesty is the best policy because at least I know you're not going to falsely accuse somebody or falsify any type of information. Just shoot square with me, then I know what I'm dealing with. Just to get biblical a little bit, even Jesus had a Judas. And he's the son of the creator. He knew who Judas was and still kept him around. Why? If you knew this dude was going to betray you, why keep him around? That was my biggest question. This dude, he's a snake in the grass. Why are you keeping him around? The only message I got to keep me on my toes. Because you'll get comfortable. You always need that person that's always aiming for you or targeting you to keep you moving. Because you will get complacent. When you're up here, when you climb to the top of the mountain, what vegetation grows up there? What can you eat on the top of a mountain? What's up there? It's barely in the air, but everybody want to climb to the top. I'm at the top, bro. I made it. Made what? All of the food is at the bottom in the valleys. Yeah. I don't know. That's why I was like, nah. For me, when it comes to values, if I say hello to your client, and my client walk in and you don't say hello, that might be your personality. But that's one thing I love about this place. The culture is, identical. It's uniform all the way through. Everybody says hello. Everybody says goodbye. Everybody's concerned or what's the ground? Okay, we need to handle this. It's always a collective. It's never one person standing alone. And everybody knows their strength and weaknesses. And they play on that. That's perfect. That's a team. That's my take on values.
So we know that you value honesty.
Yeah.
What other values do you value?
Acts of servitude.
That's another one.
Acts of servitude. Another thing I value is transparency. If I can be transparent with you and you can be transparent with me, that's hard for especially men. That's difficult.
It is.
But if the individual comes in with an ego or they feel like they're better than somebody, that is trauma. Because you feel like you have to be bigger or better than the next person to be validated or feel valued. But I don't know what you know. You've been here since day one. You could teach me more. I don't know where all the equipment is. I still have to ask. It's like, where's the... Oh, they're under there. Because I'm the rookie.
Yeah.
You know, I have the experience, but this is y'all home. Whatever you say, Alfred, okay. I'm always going to help because I want to show you guys that's just my character. You said, hey, Alfred, I think you asked me yesterday. Hey, can we do a podcast? I was like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah. It's going to help you. Why would I? Nah, bro, I'm busy. I'm sleepy. I went out last night. I'm sleepy. And I want to go take a nap. But I shouldn't have said it. A man's word is everything.
But that is transparency.
That's transparency.
That is transparency. Hey, you told me what it is. And Because I also value that. You
Yeah,
know, I
yeah.
also value transparency and what's going on within you.
Yeah, right.
So I know where you at.
Right.
Because I might say something, and it's like throwing a little rock at you, and then I don't even know like what's going on inside you.
Right.
I'm like, no, chill, bro. Like seriously, like today is not one of those days because you know had a hard time with my wife, had a hard time with my kid.
Right.
So if
That's
you can just
fair.
express yourself in that way, and so people know what's going on, you don't have these people that burst out,
Bingo,
and lashes out at you.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And that's how, in my experience, how men are. We don't say much. We're so reserved and we don't want to express ourselves and our feelings because that's how women are, you know? And so we don't want to look at ourselves that way. And so we keep everything so like reserved and all that.
And to piggyback on what you're saying, when it comes to, I feel like the reason that men are reserved, it's really, I don't trust you. When we with our boys, she look good.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you married or not.
Yeah.
I can be myself. The only time a man is not going to be vocal is if he don't feel comfortable. That's it. Because now I have to put a curtain or I have to put a mask on until I feel comfortable to remove those layers. I don't know if you can help me or I can help you. But if I'm a straight shooter, how can you not respect that? You have to. You got to respect it. When it comes to any aspect of values or clarity, but transparent, those three characters makes a great, in my opinion, a great individual. They're going to be transparent, they're going to be honest, and they're going to do acts of servitude. If they don't want to do it, that's still being honest and transparent. But they're still showing you an act, hey, I can or I can't. So, like us washing the clothes.
Oh yeah, the washing clothes.
Like it's a task, you know. But hey,
see that brings another thing in my mind. I remember when I started at that other job at F45. Let's just say I was a little spoiled brat.
Bingo.
When they asked me to wipe the floors and vacuum it, I was like, I went to personal training school. I did this, I did that. I had this many, you know, accomplishments, and you want me to wipe the floor? And then I got an aha moment. I'm no better than one of these guys that pick up trash and stuff like that. I'm no better than that person. You see what I'm saying? Everyone is even. You know, and I learned that from, I forgot, it was some other philosophy, but they were talking about how if you pick up the garbage, you clean up, that humbles you. You know, that brings you back to real life, grounded. And now I don't even care. I'm like the first person to wipe the floors. I'm the first person to be like, this is a great reminder, a great practice to stay humble.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. In addition, the way you take care of the little things reflects the way you take care of the big things. If I let you use my car and it's a full tank and you bring it back empty, that will be the last time you use my car.
Oh, man.
You know, last time.
Yeah.
Because it shows, if you say, hey, Alfred, here goes your shirt, right? I'll work out in the shirt. Thanks, Alejandro, bro. Appreciate you. You know, bro, you just wore my... The first thing I'm saying, hey, it's okay if I wash it, and I'll bring it back. I'm going to wash your shirt, bring it back, fold it. Those little things, to me, that's what I value that. That means you appreciate anything you get. Even our conversations, I can tell you appreciate because you're always laser focused. You're never distracted. You ask solid questions. And I'm like, okay. And you listen to me, but I love the fact that you still do your own thing because that's just you. I'm not, he didn't listen to me. No, I love that. You have to learn. Life is a journey, bro. And it's your journey to take. Nobody else can give you a shortcut because there are no shortcuts. None. The gentleman putting the sound together. How long have you been putting the sound? How long have you been working in this arena?
About 2 years. So, say so.
So even with the podcast and all of this, like setting up and all that, just 2 years?
Yeah.
Okay. What were you doing before this?
Just doing photography.
Okay. So when it comes to angles, you got that down pat?
Yeah. There's no problem.
No problem. So with his experience, who am I to say, hey, if you can just move that camera just to the left, because you've been doing it for 10 years. I can't correct. That's not my trade. And I didn't pay you You pay me to do a service. So are you going to you want me to be the expert or are you the expert? Like, remember you asked me if I pay? I'm paying you for it. So if there's something I don't like, then I can correct it after I see the finished product. You go get your haircut from whomever, right? And you know how men are. We go to the same barber. We will go to the same barber our whole life. They know all your business. Really. They know everything.
God.
They know everything.
Everything.
And that has nothing. And that's a man that is serving another man. Your eyes are closed. He's literally on your face, right on your lips and everything. Never felt uncomfortable. Never like, bro, he weird. Never. You talking about, yeah, man, had a late night. They tell me what? They never give you any answers. They just say, yeah.
They do that, yeah.
And you're like, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Because you go in dirty, come out clean. It's like we leave not just our hair, whatever debris we had during that week. When you get a haircut, bro, our whole demeanor change. You don't have a haircut, we be like, not secure. You get a haircut, especially that first day, it don't matter what you want. You can wear a muscle shirt and some hoochie daddy shorts. Yeah. You're winning.
Your mood changes too, man. You're just like super happy,
It's different.
Super joyful.
Yeah. So I feel like in our arena, that's what we do. They come in a certain way, and once we're done with them, just that first day, we break you down so that the foundation is there. Now, you won't alter. You won't fall. You won't budge. You'll be a tree.
Jesus.
Legit.
Man. Hold up. I got some more questions for you.
Okay.
Hold on. The next one I have here, right? Because all these are good ones.
They are good.
Let's get back to the nitty gritty.
Okay.
I hear your values,
Yeah.
transparency, honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Another one I'd like to know is the ways that you self-sabotage.
Mm.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's very good.
Because I like to get to the depth.
Right. Okay. So before I answer that question, how do you self-sabotage?
No, that's easy. That's so easy, man.
That was quick.
That's easy. First of all, I do it with food.
Really?
Oh, well, one thing I want to tell people is that there's just a misconception when it comes to trainers, man.
Yeah.
They think that we don't suffer or we don't have the same outlook as they do.
Right.
I also don't feel like working out, I'll also overeat. I'll also skip, my meditations and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And people look at us like we are perfect.
Yeah. Literally.
And we are far from being perfect.
Right. Every day we look at ourselves.
Every day.
I got to do more crunching.
And that's another thing. I even have a self-image about myself. I have these thoughts that says, I don't like the way I look. I don't like my body.
Right.
And this comes, again, from when I was a little kid. And I got picked on many times, being chubby kid.
Really?
So my aunts, my cousins will all call me gordito.
Yeah.
That means beloved. My beloved chubby kid.
Right.
And that right there left a mark. It hurt me so bad. I remember going up to my aunt. I said, "My aunt, why do they call me gordito?"
Yeah.
And my aunt said, "It's because they're telling you the truth. You are fat. You are big. And we will not lie to you," she says.
Yeah.
I remember I left there crying, man.
Yeah.
Because it was like a smack in the face, like you're fat.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that people don't know, how powerful words are and how it can affect. They're over here saying, "My beloved fatty."
Baby. Yeah. My little chubby.
But I'm over here like, "Oh my God, you're calling me fat."
Yeah.
And ever since then, I had to wear like big baggy shorts, big shirts to hide away.
Yeah.
And so with that also created this introverted Alejandro.
Okay.
The ways that brings me back to the fatty Alejandro are these thoughts.
Right.
And it's also that self-sabotage of over consuming something.
Yeah.
Because that's what I used to do when I was 5-6 years old.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things I share with people is the inner child that comes out as that 33-year-old, 35-year-old.
Right.
When it comes to self-sabotage, it'd be overeating, not exercising, sometimes not drinking enough water, and just being on the phone, just, going through social media. letting my life pass away.
Right. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
One, thank you for sharing, because I would have never guessed that. Ever. I would have never guessed you were 200 pounds. I would have never guessed you were chubby. I would have never guessed you don't like yourself, like your body. Never. I would have been like, yeah, something's wrong with it. Never.
Yeah.
So that's good. So thank you for sharing. Mine would be, I don't hold on to anything very long. Growing up, having 8 siblings, we grew up on the same street. I've always had, for the most part, the same friends, went to the same schools. There was some consistency, but nothing lasts very long. So the attachment issue, which is the way I self-sabotage, if there's something I see that I know may not suit me, I won't stay there long. I would stay there and try to keep fixing things, and to my detriment. I'm pretty sure you've done it in relationships, at jobs. We're like, okay, well, maybe if I work more hours, they'll value me. Maybe they'll see me different. Maybe at the end of the day, it's the way I view myself. It doesn't matter how anybody else views, it's the way I view myself. Any relationship, as of late, well, I'll say the last 10 years, if you don't have A, B, C, D, E, I'm out. If I give you 100 and you do something that I feel like is disrespectful or just outright just random, I'm done. I know conversations. I don't need you to explain. I'm moving on. It's a good thing and a bad thing. That's how I self-sabotage. I don't give you any validation. I have to have that connection with you to say, this is how I feel, blah, 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 blah. If I don't have that initial connection, then I'm not gonna, like I told you, it's always, what are you gonna do for me? The way I love, I'm gonna give you everything. I actually was listening to this earlier. The guy was like, stop trying to love people the way you feel like they want to be loved. And I feel like, okay, if I give them everything, that's all you have. This is all I have. I was like, so how's that love? I just want you to hold me. So you don't want me to go pay the rent. You don't want me to pay your debt. You don't want me to do this. You don't want me to do that. No, I just want you to be there. To me, I'm like, it's too easy. The way I self-sabotage is definitely, I'll let go of anything.
So you're saying like you're cut and dry? You cut it,
Sure,
that's
yeah.
it,
Yeah, that's
done?
it. Yeah. You would have to like keep begging me and stuff. Otherwise, I'm
So it only takes one?
literally, especially, and I'm very slow in relationships. 4 years minimum for me to actually really start liking you. It takes a long time.
Wow.
Yeah. Most girls are like, what are you doing? I'm like, nah. No, I don't talk about. And another thing, I don't take girls out on dates. I don't do that.
They take you out?
If you want to get to know me, you can come to the house. We can go somewhere else. We can go to a park. But I'm not taking you out on a date. I'm not doing that. I have to actually like you. Then I'll take you on a date. Because then it's something I want to do, not something you're requiring of me to get to know you. That's not, how am I getting to know you? By taking you to a nice restaurant? I get to know you at McDonald's. I met you at Starbucks. Why you want me to take you to Mastro's? You want me to value you? Nah. I can value you outside. We can talk right here.
Damn, dude. This is why I love doing this podcast, because I get to see your ways of looking at things.
Right.
And I see myself in different parts of your life. Like, for instance, this is what I value now.
Yeah.
This is what I told the girl.
Right.
We're going to go out. I'm going to take you out.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be where you want to go.
Okay.
It's going to be where I want to go. And the reason why is because I value quality food.
Right.
So that means I'll take you to a place over here called Vibrant.
Right.
That serves organic food.
Right.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, man.
This is our homegirl massage therapist. I don't know if she wants to be on the camera. But hello.
Do you want to?
Hi, how's it going?
So
It's
this
this way.
camera.
This way. Say hello. So she works here at Impact Fitness. If you want a massage, you can hit her up. We can probably put the link down below for you guys.
The best in Houston. She's the best in Houston.
That's right. So we were talking about men.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Not women.
And right. Men, not women.
On all seriousness, when it comes to women, I value high quality food so much that she will have to go on a date with me wherever restaurants I choose. right?
That's fair.
Because that's what I value, and that's what I want, quality food in this temple.
Right.
And also she gets to see me for who I am.
That's fair.
Not to mention I'm paying the dinner. So another value I have when it comes to food is I will not buy McDonald's.
That's fair.
There's no way you'll have me buy McDonald's. Believe me, because this is how I look at it. If I buy McDonald's, I'm also buying diabetes.
Yeah.
I'm also buying this thing that causes obesity. That's why they say, you vote with your dollar.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing. I'm voting for McDonald's to be open to provide that for our people.
Yeah.
Even with my friends, that's how it was back then. I would fast. We would go to one place and I would literally fast. I would not eat, and I'll just look at them and be like, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. As I got older, then I said my boundaries are this.
Yeah.
I am not gonna go eat with you guys. If y'all still want to chill with me after basketball,
Right.
y'all can come with me, but I'm be eating over here on this restaurant. And that's dealing with food for you guys that don't know about my values regarding food.
That's actually pretty wise, actually. That's actually
but
legit.
these are things that people don't investigate within themselves.
Yeah.
Because I literally had to think about it, ask myself these questions, and go through this process of what am I really doing to myself, to the people around me. But anyways, that's my self-sabotage. So I just wanted to let people know what holistic means. First of all, holistic means mind, body, and spirit. Everything is interconnected. And the reason why we talked about attachment styles, the reason why we talked about your love life, your value system, because all that are intertwined together, which makes your business as well.
Yes.
That's what creates it, right? These are your roots. Society looks at life linear, so straightforward, cut and dry, that's it. But in reality, they're all meshed together, right? Yeah. That's why when you go to a doctor, because apparently in the US, doctors are father figures.
Absolutely.
What he says, if you have a headache, take an aspirin. If something is happening here, it's okay, just cut it off your body. You won't need it.
We're not gonna try any other methods. Right?
Exactly. And part of the reason, if I were to guess, society wants it. They want to get rid of the pain as soon as possible. Just to find balance in all of this.
Microwavable.
With the stuff that I studied, man, and the stuff that I realized within myself is, it's not what you think. Do you also see that?
Absolutely. A lot of trainers are trying to do the online training. A lot of trainers are trying to use apps. A lot of trainers are trying to create websites and sell programs. It's a booming industry. But you can never replace the human touch. You can never replace human interaction. When that happens, you are no longer human. When the pandemic happened, that 2 years altered the way we interact with each other. Now, anybody in the room can cough. Before, that was a death sentence. Everybody would try to fight you. Before, we would sit next to each other, no problem. Washing your hands is like, okay, yeah, I can wash my hands. After the pandemic, it was a wrap. It changed. No physical therapist could work because you can't have human contact. How can a physician heal a person? My grandmother is sick, but she has underlying issues. If she's exposed, I just put her at risk. We are not built that way. It doesn't work. Kudos to everybody trying to train online, but there's something about the human interaction that builds a bond. You're not gonna build a bond with a piece of paper that I sent you or an online app. Like, man, this app is good. I have yet to meet somebody that's still using a Nike app to work out with. Oh man, I've been using this for 4 years, man. Look, this is my nobody does that. They go into whatever's next.
Yeah.
But you don't trade your mom in. You don't trade your brother. These are the people that you grew up with. It's dudes that I played football with in middle school, and it's like we never lost connection. Like, bro, you hugging them like they're family. Just what it is. So for me, that holistic thing is the humanized form of love. It's the yin and yang. You have a wrist and then you also have tranquility. It won't change. We tried it, and everybody was depressed. I'm definitely with you 100%.
And a lot of people gain weight. That's all I heard. I gained weight. What did they do?
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats.
Yeah, Uber Eats.
Dude, that's a booming industry. As soon as
Absolutely.
that happened, the pandemic, Uber Eats everywhere.
Zoom didn't exist. Well, it exists. Nobody used it because you had meetings in the office. Zoom came out, everybody at home with a t-shirt on, no bottoms.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Okay, we're done. It changed the way we do things. It changed education. Imagine the children, 2 years, no education. You're getting taught by your mom and dad and your sisters. If I'm trying to teach you how to read and I say the, right? The cat ran home. Your mom comes and says, the cat ran home. I'm learning how to read. Is it the or is it the? Because all of that, just like you said, the gordita or
Gordito.
Gordito. So with that, the way that the words that you're using with it, it has to be uniformed. Nothing works. We know what a green light is. We know what that means. Everybody does. Yellow and red.
That's funny you say that because I actually learn in person.
Same here.
When it comes to workshops, if you were going to go to Tony Robinson, you know, you want to get super motivated.
Right.
And as soon as he said, we're going to do this, through the camera, we're going to have a transformation experience. I was like, there's no way. Because I need to be there. I need to feel the energy. I need to have that human interaction. And you feed off of each other. The presence of someone.
Agreed.
And you can feel their aura. You can feel their presence. Every time you come here, I feel you, dude. You're like,
let's go.
Hell yeah. I was like,
I was finna do something.
yeah, game time.
The same thing with performers. Michael Jackson, Mark Anthony.
Oh, yeah.
They can record 1,000 songs, but when you see them perform it live, it's electric.
Yes.
That's what I just wanted to add on to what you were saying.
Yeah.
I was like, it's like going to a concert. Oh, you go listen to 1,000 Drake songs. You go see Drake, that's Drake. It's over. So yeah, that's it for that. Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. I think that's a good spot to end it.
Okay.
Y'all, thank you for watching this podcast. This was Alfred, his first time in a podcast.
Oh yeah.
I'm kidding.
Oh yeah.
What is this, your 5th, 10th?
This is my first one.
Stop lying, man. Stop lying.
This is my first one.
Honesty.
You're right. Transparency. Yeah, he's right. This is my first one with Alejandro.
Hell yeah.
There
so
you go.
he ain't lying then. But thank you,
always.
homie. Let's see what happens in the future with you working here at Impact Fitness, and can't wait to hang out with you a lot more.
Absolutely. Likewise.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next.